In a roundabout on Southwest Reed Market Road stands one of Bend's most famous pieces of art. Not for his size, shape, or symbolism, but for his sense of fashion.
They're a size 2X, which that's what it takes to dress this guy.
Meet the Centennial Logger.
I just was drawn to him and decided that he needed some, accoutrement.
Roundabout art that spun into a life of its own.
He's impressive.
It did not start with roundabout art.
Rami Mortensen is president of Art in Public Places, a nonprofit started in the 70s.
There were some moms that had kids in town and wanted to find a way to expose them to art and culture.
An educational goal that evolved into art all over town.
We want art to be accessible by all, and roundabouts is one way that we can do that.
We use this moniker of our art plays outside.
Evney Dugan heads Visit Bend, an organization marketing the things that make the city stand out. 10 years ago, they created the Roundabout Art Route to promote the dozens of prominent pieces.
I don't know there's too many places where you can drive around and be met with art everywhere you go. And so we definitely saw it as a competitive advantage against other communities.
So these two know the roundabout art. But do they know who decks out this photogenic statue?
No, but I really want to meet them.
We do not decorate them, no, not at all. We have no idea who does this.
Every now and then you'll get somebody come in and say, hey, who's responsible out there? Is this something Visit Bend does? And the answer is no.
The little elves come out in the middle of the night. Honestly, we have no idea.
First started with Christmas.
He's got an awesome looking outfit on.
Whoever's doing that's doing a fantastic job.
Obviously someone that has lots of decorations and attire for him.
So who does do the decorating?
I can't tell you.
Oh, it's a secret.
Oh, you know who, huh?
Without, giving up too much information.
She's a longtime Bendite.
Moved here in 1967 with my family.
Graduate of Bend High.
This is hometown.
She's a mother, grandmother.
Being anonymous it just keeps it, the whole elfish thing more fun.
And the impetus behind dressing this guy.
Get in touch with the inner child once in a while. That's our purpose, is to create some smiles and cheer and make, lift people's spirits.
No lone wolf. Yeah. She's got a posse.
Just close friends.
About 8 of them.
We always wait for not that it's dark out there because the street lights are, as bright as daylight. But we were a little paranoid when we first started. One of the guys would be the lookout and he'd say, I think that's a cop coming. We better all get down in the bushes. We'd go, what? You stop. We're good. So we've never ran off.
His proportions pose the biggest challenge.
His thighs are 30 inches. That's big.
Like the logs the mighty woodsman once fell.
To see those bronze sculptures, I think, gives a nod to what the history of Bend is all about.
The logger and his down-the-street brother, Centennial Planter, were commissioned in 2004 to mark Bend's big birthday.
A lot of people travel past that specific roundabout, so he gets a lot of attention.
They're the creation of the late local artist, Jerry Werner. He also did Thoughts of Flight in Redmond.
This gentleman was so incredibly creative. He was a woodworker, he was an illustrator, he was a sculptor. He really was a passionate artist.
It's incredible. The buckles and the belts and the wrinkles of his shirts and the boots and oh my gosh, it's impressive.
Just like his costumes. He's been haunted by the Halloween spirit, channeled his inner Irishman, wished someone a happy birthday, doesn't care for wildfire smoke, loves him a yard sale, and can kick it up a notch on New Year's Eve. He's even stood for social justice. Not an outfit the mystery decorator's responsible for, but a message of which she approves.
Like that somebody takes the time to do that. It's just a little more festive, but they also the rest of the year are honoring the history of Bend.
This Halloween, he went as a serial killer. But Christmas is where he shines. This 2019 attire went missing soon after the holidays. Once in place, Art in Public Places gifts the pieces to the city of Bend. And the city says they don't remove costumes on the installations unless it's offensive or could pose a traffic hazard. So if you snagged this Santa suit, the mystery decorator, she'd like it back. This season's getup?
Those were my late husband's suspenders. They were part of his costume. My late husband he loved Christmas, and he would wear his red plaid flannel shirt and his red suspenders for Christmas Day. And so the suspenders kind of are part, in spirit that he's there with us and helping us dress him. He would love it. He would love it. He'd probably try to get a beer in his hand or something, but
The sentimental suspenders aren't the only thing holding up his pants.
it takes about 150 safety pins. That's probably how many we have out there. You can't just slip sleeves up his hands because he's holding his axe and he's got his, hand on his hip.
You totally can humanize that. It gives it character, right?
Speaking of humanizing, he's got a name.
I thought he was Herman the Hoedatter because the statue down the street was a tree planter. And so Herman the Hoedatter just became who he was until we realized, well, he's a logger.
Standing watch over the river and mill sites that built Bend into what it is today.
Art's in the eye of the beholder, right? And so it's really fun, I think, for everyone to have a different experience with that art in whatever way it means to them.
We try to tell his story, and luckily somebody's out there taking care of him and keeping him warm during the winter.
Community is the biggest part of it. That's what I enjoy. The cheer that it brings to everybody that sees him. He feels like family.
Family we can all laugh at when we walk, bike, or drive by.
He's the Centennial Logger.
In Bend, Steve Kaufmann, Central Oregon Daily News.